Hi guys, it's Tori. So today we are finally gonna get into my April and May reading wrap up. So I didn't do a reading wrap up for the month of April because I hit a terrible reading slump. So for I think it was 5 weeks, I barely read at all. I need to pull up my Goodreads. Yeah, so the first book I finished was on the 2nd of April, and then I was okay with reading for the first 2 weeks, and then it took me until from the 15th of April to the 26th of May to finish a book. It took me 6 weeks to finish a book. So I was in a really bad reading slump. We are just gonna jump through April and May, show you the 5 books that I read within 2 months. I am back on my reading grind, thankfully, and I'm also back on my filming grind, which I have missed literally so much. I'm so happy to be sitting here filming a video. I've literally missed you guys so much, you have no idea. So with all of that being said, this is going to be my super short and quick April and May reading wrap up. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my face. Check out all my socials down below, including my Amazon wishlist and my Goodreads, and let's get into my reading wrap up. So the very first book that I finished in April was Playing by the Rules by Monica Murphy. I read this on my Kindle, but I then bought the physical copy because I'm absolutely obsessed with this book and the first one. This was a brand new release. It had just came out. I think I started reading it the day it came out, but I literally loved it. I gave it 5 stars. My Goodreads review says 5 freaking stars. The series is literally everything. I love these characters and the sport romance aspect. Camden Fields is just perfection, and I freaking love Blair. Amazing brother's best friend romance. I absolutely cannot wait for book 3. So book number 3, I believe, comes out in December of this year, and I cannot wait for it. I love this series so much. The first one has a bunch of Taylor Swift references, which I love, and what's really funny is the dedication to this book says, I need to thank Taylor Swift for folklore. I've written a lot of books to songs from this album, and now those songs leave me an emotional wreck. Mad Woman helped me nail down a scene in this book, and I needed that, so thanks, Taylor. I am obsessed with Blair. I'm obsessed with Camden. The series is everything. If you have not read anything by Monica Murphy, honestly, start with this series. It's, I don't remember, I think it's the Players series, if I'm not mistaken, but it's so good. It's sports romance, football, college romance, which you guys know I love sports romance so much. I eat it up. But this was amazing. I highly recommend. I absolutely cannot wait for the 3rd one to come out. And also, these covers are literally everything. The second book I read, I don't remember if I read this on my Kindle or if I read the paperback. I think I read it on my Kindle. It's The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This is the first book in the Dreamland Billionaires series. So I read this one because the 3rd one in the series just came out, Final Offer, and I wanted to finally understand the hype. I gave this 4 stars. I did not write a review, but I thought it was really good. It's very Disneyland romance-esque. It's also employee and boss romance. And so basically Rowan's grandfather passed away, and each of the 3 books is dedicated to one of the brothers. So when the grandfather passed away, he wrote a letter to each of the brothers saying something that they have to do to be able to have their share of either the grandfather's money or the company or something like that. And so for Rowan, his task was to improve Dream Park. So that's what this one is about. It's Rowan trying to find his improvement and make, I don't remember if it's CEO, but it's some kind of really high position for the business, and then also falling in love with a woman for the first time and kind of trying to figure out how to be in a relationship. But I thought it was really good. Zara is very spunky, very creative. I really liked her character. This took me a little while to get through. It took me over a week, but I did really like it. It was my first ever Lauren Asher book I've read, and I'm excited to continue the series, but this was my second read. The next book that I finished was The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. This is the second book in the Off-Campus series. I devoured this. I literally loved it. I finished it in literally like 2 days. It's a super quick read. It's only just over 300 pages, but I read The Deal last year and I just made Alexia read it and she really liked it. But I love Elle Kennedy's writing. It's super quick, fast-paced, a little spicy but not too much. I love the Off-Campus series. I love the characters. It's very found family. The guys' friend group is to die for. You get little hints of Garrett and Hannah from the first book in here as well, which I love because Garrett Graham is one of the book boyfriends of all freaking book boyfriends. But I was obsessed with this. I thought it was so good. I gave it 4 stars, and my review said, honestly forgot how much I love the series and Elle Kennedy's writing, which I stick by that. I end up actually buying the third book, which is The Score, because I enjoyed this one so much. So hopefully I get into that one soon. I'm really enjoying getting back into sports romances though. I read a lot of sports romances and I'm actually currently reading a sports romance as well. They are just like my trope. They get me out of reading slumps. They're super easy, super fun, super fast paced. But I thoroughly enjoyed this book and I highly recommend this series, or honestly try anything from Elle Kennedy if you're in a book slump and you just need something quick and easy going to get you through it. She's a really good author to start with. Okay, so the last 2 books that I read are very near and dear to my heart now. I have a very large emotional attachment to these books and these characters. Unfortunately, the first one is the book that took me 6 weeks to get through. I was just really going through it. A lot was going on when I started the first book, and so unfortunately it took me a very long time to get through, but I'm so glad I read it. And I have just Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This took me from the 15th of April until the 26th of May to read. That's sad, that's insane. But I don't even know what to say. Obviously, I gave this 5 stars. My Goodreads review says 5 million stars. These characters, the quotes, the raw emotion, the love, absolutely breathtakingly phenomenal. I stick by that 1000%. People rave about these books for a reason, for good freaking reason. Also, I don't know if you can get these covers anymore. I know they're gonna stop publishing them and you can only get the new covers soon. So thankfully I have all 4 of the old original covers, but these are so good. The Boys of Tommen series is amazing. So it's about Johnny Kavanaugh. Oh my god, that man is everything. And Shannon Lynch. So Shannon has a very rough home life and she's gone through a lot at school. So her parents decide to let her switch to a private school, and that is Tommen, the Tommen High School, or I don't know exactly what it's actually called. Tommen College, I guess. So she switches schools, and on her very first day she's walking across the rugby field and she gets hit in the head by Johnny Kavanaugh, and that just sparks it literally right there. Immediately there's banter, there's like heat, and oh, it's so good. So you go through this book of seeing them try to just like ignore their feelings and be friends. You see Johnny struggle with an injury from rugby and trying to cope with not being able to play, while Shannon is trying to cope and go through the rough patches of 1, going to a new school, 2, falling in love for the first time, and 3, her very sad and horrible home life. Please check trigger warnings before you read this, because Shannon's story is very deep and dark and it can really hit somebody if they're not prepared for that. So please, for everything that I love, please check trigger warnings, but please read these. It's just amazing. I fell in love. I have so many quotes highlighted. Like, I know I have some pictures of some on my phone, so let me just like read 1 or 2 quotes to you guys. Okay, so a quote says, "Whatever she needed from me, I was more than willing to provide." This one gets me. "But I already felt like I was drowning with her. That's how consumed I was in this girl. That's how much I loved her." I don't even know what else to say. Her writing is just everything. It is literally everything. So obviously, with that being one of my reads, I had to read Keeping 13. I read this 600 and some page book in 2 days. 2 days. This honker with teeny tiny ass writing in 2 days. I ate it up. I devoured it. Obviously, 5 stars. My Goodreads review says, once again, 5 million stars. I feel lost after finishing this book. I'm going to miss these characters an insane amount. The quotes are unmatched, and they absolutely are. So the first book leaves off on a cliffhanger, and then this one, it kind of shows everything from the very second that the first book ends on. A lot of bad things happen, but you get a lot more, I feel like, romance in this one. The issues are resolved, thankfully, of what happens in the first book. There's some closure, some happy ending to this book for sure. I cannot wait to continue the series. The next 2 books are about Shannon's brother Joey and his girlfriend, and then I'm praying to God that Gibbsy gets his own 2 books, because Gibbs, I love that man. I love him so freaking much. He's amazing. He's hilarious. He's such a sweetheart. He's just like a teddy bear. I just want to like cuddle him. But this just continues their story. I can't really tell you too much about this because obviously it could ruin like the first book. So I just highly recommend reading this series. It honestly changed my freaking life. Like, I can't even put into words what I feel for these books. They're just that amazing. I'm that obsessed. I cannot wait to continue the series. I'm so sad that I finished Johnny and Shannon's story, but I'm excited to continue reading about the other characters. It's such a good found family, and the friend group is just amazing, and I literally love it. Like, it just made me cry and squeal and be giddy and scared and emotional and everything. These quotes, this book, this story is everything. So if you take anything from this video, please read the Boys of Tomlin series. I can't stress it enough. It's amazing. Like, literally couldn't get anything better. So quickly, I want to say I got a new tattoo. Actually, I got 2 new tattoos. So I'm going to show them to you really fast. I am in the middle of a vlog right now, which will have me getting the tattoos in it. That will hopefully be coming in a week, if not 2 weeks. But I got the number 13 tattooed on me. And it has very many different reasons. First of all, 13 is Taylor Swift's number. Second of all, I have been seeing the number 13 literally everywhere. Like, everywhere, between times of like the day or number of notifications I have, or like how many miles I have on my speedometer. Like, the weirdest things. I've been seeing it everywhere. And then also, Finding and Keeping 13 is now one of my all-time favorite series, and so 13 had a bunch of meanings to me, and so I have the number 13 on my body now. And then also I got this one back here. So this one says, to the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered, with the Valeris mountain. This is a ACOTAR tattoo. If you don't know, ACOTAR is my all-time favorite series, right next to the Boys of Tomlin now. And that is one of the most famous, infamous quotes from that series, and Valeris is one of the locations in the storyline, and so those are the mountains for that city, and I love it so much. I'm obsessed with it. It's my first back of the arm tattoo, and I just love it so much. But enough of me rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you've been going through a reading slump. I think I finally kicked through it. I am on my 3rd book in the past week, and I'm currently halfway through it, and my goal for today is to finish it. I would like to finish it and move on to something else. But let me know if you guys enjoyed. I hope you did. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my face. Check out all my socials down below, including my Goodreads and my Amazon wishlist. And I will see you amazing, lovely people in my next video. Bye, guys.